Within months after Herbert Hoover's elected, the stock market crashed, and the nation spiraled downward into depression. After the crash, Hoover announced that he would keep the federal budget balanced, he would cut taxes, and expand public works spending. Shanty towns, which consisted of many shack-like houses close to each other, sprang up across the nation, and were named after President Herbert Hoover. They were known as Hoovervilles. Breadlines, along with soup kitchens, provided food to the hungry and became commonplace in almost every large city. Farms across the nation failed and a Midwestern drought led to the Dust Bowl. Sandstorms ravaged the central United States and forced residents to migrate west for work. These residents who migrated west were refugee farm families from the southern plains who migrated to California in the 1930s. To escape the ruin of the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, they were known as Okies. Franklin Roosevelt was the 32nd President of the United States. He came with the promise of the New Deal. He introduced a bank holiday and enhanced power of central government. His wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, was the longest time the First Lady. She was involved in numerous human rights and civil rights areas, and she was the first time a First Lady was listed as a major influence. The Bonus Army was a group of World War veterans that were given $1,000 checks that could not be cashed until 1945. In 1924, they marched to the Capitol building and asked for their checks early because they had nothing and resolved the Great Depression. Opponents of FDR, including Father Charles E. Coughlin, said the New Deal went too far. They said it was socialism, meaning that it killed individualism. Senator Huey Long advocated a share the wealth plan. Take all the money from anyone who made over $5 million per year and guaranteed the annual income will be $5,000 for every American. Dorothea Lange, American photographer and photojournalist, she photographed the people of the Depression. Her most famous image is a migrant mother. Mary McLeod Bethune was an educator and early civil rights leader. She began school in Daytona that later turned into Bethune-Cookman University. She was also in FDR's cabinet. The Social Security Act gave money to states for aid to dependent children, stabilized unemployment insurance through payroll deduction to set up old pensions for retirees. The Tennessee Valley Authority, also known as TVA, was set in place to revitalize the most hard-hit areas of the Depression. The FDIC, or the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, brought back confidence in banks and ensured people deposit up to $250,000. The CCC, or also known as the Civilian Conservation Corps, gave outdoor work to the unemployed men between the ages of 17 and 29. They were paid $30 a month, but $22 were given back to their families. The FHA, or is also known as the Federal Housing Administration, provided mortgage insurance on loans made by the FHA-approved lenders throughout the United States and its territories. The FHA insured mortgages on single-family and multi-family homes, including manufactured homes and hospitals. Court packing was a move by President Franklin D. Roosevelt to increase the size of the Supreme Court and then bring in several new justices who would change the balance of opinion on the court.